Assalamu alaikum and welcome dear students of class ninth. Again I am here, your English teacher, with a new poem. That is Cart Driver, written by Padma Sachdev. It is on the page number 74 of your text. Padma Sachdev was born on 17 April 1940 and is a prominent Dogri poetess and a short story writer. Her writings have given a new facelift to Dogri literature. She has been widely read and acknowledged in the literary circles. So, this poem, Car Driver, written by Padma Sachdev. If you want to read more about her, you can go to a book on page 74. This poem, Cart Driver poem is about the love a mother has for her children. It is a hair-raising atmosphere that creates fear and dread. It is a tussle between love the mother has for her own self and she has for her children. In the darkness of night, a bulbul is looking for food for its four little ones. It is moving its steps very cautiously. On hearing a sound, the bulbul gets unstable. It wants to reach its nest quickly. With grain in its beak, a block cart passes through the forest. The bulbul hides, the cart is moving, but the driver is asleep. The bird imagines that if the hookah overturns, the forest will catch fire. The bulbul wants to fly to its nest, but is not able to lift its legs out of the fire. This is what the poem is about. Now we will read or we will try to understand the poem by line wise. Let's move to the first 7 lines. In the fearful silence of the forest, I hear the sound of paws of a careful bulbul. Out in the night, shaking the feathers on his head to find food for its 4 little ones, hungry in the nest. These were the first 7 lines. In these lines, the poet says that he hears the sound of footfalls of a careful bulbul in the fearful silence of the forest. The bulbul was out in the evening. She was shaking its feathers on his head. In the frightening night, in the fearful night, in the dark night, the bulbul finds food for his young ones. The young ones of the bulbul were waiting in the nest and they were very hungry. After that, moving to next lines. Moving slowly, afraid, its ears prick to pick some sound somewhere with a grain in its beak. It hastens to the nest. Its twittering fledglings do not know the forest is in throes of fear. They continue chirping. The bulbul trembles, moves with his head raised, alert all ears. The lines I have read are from 8 to 18. In these lines, the poet says that bulbul is slowly moving out of fear. It has raised its ears because of the sound that it has heard from somewhere. The bulbul with the grain carrying in it hastens to its nest. It wants to move towards its nest quickly. The fledglings, the young ones of a bulbul. Fledglings are the young ones of the bulbul. Makes a series of short high sounds in the nest without knowing that their living place forest is in danger. They were not knowing, as they were only the very little young ones, they were not knowing that the living place or the forest in which there were their nest or home, they were not knowing that it is in danger. They continue to chirp, but the bulbul continues to tremble out of fear. The bulbul carefully moves with its ears raised and remains itself on a complete alert. After that, moving towards next lines, Suddenly there is a sound of wheels, the sound of dry leaves crackling, the sound rising and subsiding. The bulbul hides itself in the bushes. It sees a block cart laden with goods, blocks moving by themselves, heads down, the driver asleep, snoring, eyes covered with the end of his turban. Now the poet says, when the bulbul was afraid and was completely alert, all of a sudden there was a noise of wheels in the forest. The wheels of block cart, a cart ridden by the blocks or bulls, also produces a sound of dry leaves crackling. When the block was riding, when it was moving, its wheels were touching the dry leaves, and there was a sound of leaves as they were cracking. It is a sound that grows and then becomes less powerful. When this sound is heard, the bulbul rushed to the bushes. Bulbul was afraid. After hearing this sound, she rushes to the bushes and hides behind them. It saw a block cart loaded with goods. The bulbul saw a block cart loaded with goods, and the driver of the block cart was sleeping. He was snoring, and his eyes were covered with a turban on his head. The blocks moved with their head down by themselves, and the blocks were moving. But the driver of the block cart was fast asleep. And the bulbul was very much fearful. Moving to next lines, what if the cart stumbles, the cart driver's hookah overturns, the forest catches fire, it imagines the forest on fire, wishes to run to its nest to save its young ones, but cannot lift its legs out of fear. In these lines, when Bulbul saw all this, that the block cart was loaded with the goods and the driver of the block cart was fast asleep and the blocks were moving forward, the Bulbul was worried, filled with fear. She fears that if the cart stumbles, if the cart falls, and the hookah of its driver overturns, and then the entire forest, Bulbul's dwelling place also could catch fire. The Bulbul imagines the forest is already on fire. She wants to hasten to her nest. She wants to move quickly towards its nest where she has kept her chicks, but cannot lift her legs out of fear. She was very fearful and she was not able to lift her legs. She was not able to fly. If we go towards the central idea of this poem, Cart Driver, it is a wonderful poem by Padma Sachdev. The poem actually talks about a love a mother has for her children. It is an atmosphere of mystery that creates fear and dread in the bulbul. The bulbul feels the danger of fire in its home in the forest. To save her young ones, she wants to rush to them, but she finds herself unable to move or fly out of fear. This was all about the poem Cart Driver. Also, if we see that this poem Cart Driver, it shows us how a mother is worried about her children. In the whole poem, it is conveyed to us that a mother always worries about her children more than herself. When she felt some kind of, or she senses some kind of danger, she tries to stop that by moving forward towards the danger and to save her young ones. And also, if we see the Cart Driver poem, it also shows us the negligence of the cart driver, as he was asleep and had no sense that his cart is moving forwards. It could have led to major damage. This poem also arouses in us the feelings of pity and sympathy in our minds for the bullful who has come out in search of food grains for its young ones in the hour of the night. So I think you all have understood this poem well, its summary and its central idea. Also, you will go through the poem again. There is a glossary given on page number 76. You will learn and understand the word meanings. Also, if there will be any problem, you can comment me in the Google class.